Hi, I am Wolf from Mammoth, and I'm here with Jess from
100.3.
100.3 The Bear.
There we go. Okay, nailed it. Okay, so we've got the end tour with Creed, and you just came out of Europe. So,
Yeah.
does a big long tour like this, is this like a mindset that you go into, or this is my life and this how I live it
Yeah,
now?
I mean, it's part of the job.
Yeah.
You know, I think the playing is the part that kind of relieves the tension of the travel and everything. So that to me is like, I don't know. I'm not one to complain because we're lucky with what we are able to do. And the traveling, I think, is the most jobby part of the job.
Yeah. So have you obviously picked up a few tips along the way to help with weary travel and what's the word I'm looking for? Jet lag.
I don't know, not really. I think this last time I was in Europe, it was probably the worst it's been for me, like trying to get sleep. So I found out that if I can at least get 8 hours of sleep, even if it's in like a 4-hour chunk here and a 4-hour chunk here, as long as I can get 8 hours within 24 hours of sleep, I'm not dead yet. So
Yeah. Okay. You've toured with and continue to tour with some pretty big names, and throughout some of these shows, who have you found was the toughest act to follow?
Oh man, Seven Dust is always a tough band to follow. So luckily, we have not had to follow them, which is nice. You know, we're a relatively new band, so we're usually not following anything. You know, that's at least in terms of like the big bands we've been able to luckily open for. But I don't know. I always enjoy moments where, you know, it's like a festival and you're like, oh man, you got to make sure you're on your A game because everybody's bringing it. So.
Absolutely. Okay. What can happen on stage, or maybe when you're getting warmed up and ready to go out there, that you know this is going to be a good show?
You know what? You kind of really don't know until you start playing. There's moments. I think like right now this is our first show in a week or so. We've got different gear, so I think there's a lot of things in our mind where it's like, I hope this works, I hope this you know, so there's a lot of unknowns, but it's all about as long as you're able to get through it, that's all that matters.
Okay. This might be a little bit cheesy, but have you played anywhere near Salt Lake City, home of the Mammoth, the Utah Mammoth?
Yeah, actually,
Okay.
we played downtown there with Bush earlier in the year.
Nice.
And it was one of the best shows of the tour.
Okay,
So
that's nice.
yeah,
A little collaboration maybe
that would
needs
be
to be
pretty
in
cool.
the works.
Absolutely.
I'm wondering, at this stage in your life and where you're at, do you ever make any friends outside of the music industry, or do you have kind of a close-knit group of these are your people and that's who you surround yourself with?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm a really introverted guy, so the people that I'm really close with, it's kind of just like a tight knit group. But then, you know, with how much we tour and how many bands we bump shoulders with all the time when we're touring, you definitely amass this large group of like really cool acquaintances that you're happy to see, you know, every time you're playing the same festival or on the same tour or something like that.
Very cool. Okay, I've got 2 questions and I'll let you go that I'm kind of asking everybody for Rockin Thunder Fest. Cool. What gives you the most hope or confidence in where rock music is headed?
I don't know. I think just to see, I think because there's like, rock isn't like the big genre it once was, but I think when you look at all the pop music that's out there right now, they're utilizing a lot more guitars and stuff like that. So it's like, I think playing instruments is still a cool thing regardless of what genre you listen to, and I think that's a net positive for just music in general.
Absolutely. Okay, and just one final thing, your message to Edmonton.
Let's have a good time tonight. Happy to be here and excited for 7 o'clock, I believe is when we're on. Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay, thank you so much for the time. Have a good show.
Thank you very much.
Edmonton's best rock, 100.3 The Bear.